Hi, my name is Christy. I just graduated from the National University of Singapore with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. And today, actually, I'm just going to present to you a presentation that I did in a module in NUS called ES2331. It's a public speaking module. And I actually used the same presentation to enroll myself in a competition called Speak Out for Engineering, created by the Institute of Mechanical Engineering. And I actually won the first prize for the national round, and then I won first runner-up for the regional round. So this set of slides were actually made on Prezi, and I feel like it is the best platform for students or maybe professionals to actually create any PowerPoint slides. Personally, for me, also, this set of slides were actually created based on Tesla Solarcity, and if anyone knows me, you know that I am a big fan of Tesla, and I actually recently just bought my very first shares in Tesla, so I'm super excited because I finally get to be a part of that company. I love Tesla so much, and I really wish that there's a Tesla company in Singapore so that I can actually apply and work for Tesla, because I just love Tesla. I love Elon Musk. I mean, if Elon Musk gets to see this video, please know that I want to work for you, and I really hope you can make this happen. Like, you can actually hire us Singapore engineers to work for you, because there's some of us who really believe in your mission and your vision, and we want to be a part of your great company. But just a disclaimer, this set of slides were actually made in 2017, so the information on the slides are actually pretty outdated, but maybe you can just take a look at how the flow of the presentation is and the features of Prezi, because I mean, some of my friends are quite amazed by how smooth transition the Prezi is. So before we get started, we have to do a little bit of a role play, okay? So I will be a young engineer representing Tesla Solarcity, and you, the audience, will actually be board members of the Energy Market Authority, or you could actually just be an investor in solar energy. And the occasion of this presentation is actually to imagine that this is the Asia Clean Energy Summit in the year of 2018, okay? So before we begin, this is Powering Singapore with Tesla Solarcity. Now, Tesla's vision is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, and we plan to do this in 3 simple steps: generate, store, and transfer solar energy efficiently and effectively. Now, Singapore is a sunny little city. In fact, we have 50% more solar radiation than other temperate countries, making us one of the most ideal countries in the world to actually adopt solar power as our main source of renewable energy. Now, Mr. Goh Chee Kiong says in last year's summit, and I quote, "Singapore plans to raise the adoption of solar power to 350 megawatt peak by 2020 and 2 gigawatt peak beyond 2020. Now, to illustrate what this would mean for Singapore, this is the total amount of electricity required by the nation. And currently, solar is actually just producing about 4% of our total energy needs. If we're able to hit our goal of 350 megawatt peak generation of solar energy, it can fit 25% of our total energy requirements. And that's a great deal, because these are all energy given to us directly, free from the sun, every single day. And as you can see, Singapore, we have been trying to adopt solar power, but our adoption has been occurring at a really slow pace. Just looking at in 2017, we only merely grew by about 10 megawatt peak of solar energy generation. So do we really think that we can hit our goal of 350 megawatt peak by 2020? Now, this is the map of Singapore. As you can see, residential land takes up a huge amount of space in Singapore. So actually, the residentials only contribute to about 4.7% of our total energy generation, and we feel like there will be a huge untapped potential right there. So Tesla proposes 2 solutions for Singapore, one to be implemented in the city and one to be implemented in the residential homes. Now let's just look at city. Currently, Singapore has floating solar panels in the Tengah Reservoir, and also microgrids in Pulau Ubin, our little island. These are all in their testing phase, but Tesla believes that you can just do away the test, because Tesla has already developed a fully integrated and fully functional microgrids, and it has been able to power 2 islands fully on solar power for the whole day. So one example is actually Tauru in American Samoa, and one is in Hawaii. So I'm just gonna look into what Tauru can do, and it can show you what Tesla can do for Singapore. So this particular microgrid generates 1.4 megawatt peak of solar power with just 5,000 solar panels. It has a 60 Tesla power pack, which I'll go through with you later, and it's one of the world's most advanced microgrids. It's able to power the island for 3 full days without the sun, and it merely needs like 7 hours of sunlight to recharge it to 100%. So a Tauru microgrid takes up a land space of about 0.028 kilometer square feet worth of land that generates 1.4 megawatt peak of solar power, enough to generate about 990 residential flats in Singapore. And then we all know this island called Pulau Ubin. It is a whopping 10.19 kilometer square feet worth of land. There's hardly any residents there. So this is what we propose. Let's say we go into this unoccupied island and then we install 100 of these microgrids, right? So it'll nearly only take up 1/3 of this unclaimed land, and it can actually generate 14 megawatt peak worth of energy that is enough to power 9,900 residential flats. And then as you can see in Singapore, Pulau Ubin is just a very small island in Singapore. We don't only need to look at empty islands, we can actually look at small islands that are currently undergoing land reclamation. And not only that, we can actually look at our Jurong Industrial Island. Now the Jurong Industrial Island has a whopping 32 kilometers square feet worth of land. You may ask me, but there are so many buildings on it, there's hardly any space for any microgrids to go on it. Yeah, but Tesla has our urban microgrids, and so these grids go on top of the building. As you can see here in Fiji, and in the Puerto Rico hospital and in an Australia school. So we feel that the lack of land space is definitely fine because all these microgrids can go on top of buildings and they will fit seamlessly, and it's able to generate a lot of electricity for them. Now, if you're going to generate a huge amount of solar energy, you need to think about how to store them. So introducing to you Tesla Power Pack. Now the Tesla Power Pack is a fully integrated AC connected energy storage system with everything needed to connect to a building or utility network. So this is what a Tesla Power Pack looks like inside. So this is what it looks like inside. It is able to store 210 kilowatt peak worth of solar energy, and one power pack can actually store enough energy to last 16.4 residential flats for the whole day. Elon Musk, our CEO, was actually challenged to build the world's largest battery plant in Australia in 100 days, or he'll have to do the whole project for free, and this project costs $50 million. And guess how long he took to do it? He managed to do it in just 60 days, and the battery plant is actually able to generate $1 million in profit in mere days. So my question to you is this: if we are able to deliver 100 megawatt peak in just 60 days, how long do you think 350 megawatt peak worth of solar energy will take for us to deliver to you? So enough about the city, now let's take a look at our homes. Now, look at the 4 pictures, right? Can you tell me what's the difference between the pictures on the left and the pictures on the right? Do you see any difference? Well, the trick question is this: all 4 of these homes are actually powered by solar, but the houses on the right more visually pleasing. This is because they are using the Tesla solar roof. Now the Tesla solar roof looks exactly like a normal roof, so you can hardly tell that it's there, and it definitely does not affect the aesthetic of a home if the home decides to adopt solar power. And it is extremely durable. Now this is a hail test done between the Tesla solar tile and traditional roof tile. And as you can see, solar tile is extremely durable. In fact, it has a 30 years warranty or a lifetime warranty, so once you buy one roof, you'll never have to buy another roof again. Now, for homes, they have a different storage solution, and this is called the Powerwall. And most of you who are aware of Tesla cars, like who drive Tesla cars, would know about this Powerwall. So this is how all these will be integrated together. So in the day, the solar panels will generate the electricity and give it to the house and also store any excess into the Powerwall. At night, the Powerwall will redistribute that energy back into the home, or also to be used to charge your car. And not only that, there's also a Tesla app. So with the convenience of your phone, you can actually decide how much solar energy you want it to be delivered to your house, how much you want it to be stored, or even how much you want for it to be sold back to the grid. Yes, so whoever owns the Tesla solar grid can actually have the choice of creating their own power plant, generating their own electricity, and selling it back for a profit. So you can control your energy from anywhere. So everybody is worried about the cost, so I'm just going to break down the cost for you between two households who looks like this. And let's assume one of the homes do not use the Tesla solar roof and one home uses Tesla solar roof. And let's just look at a 30-year kind of window frame. So a normal roof will typically cost $42,000, while a Tesla solar roof tile costs $49,800. But mind you, it is way more durable than a typical roof. So a normal roof tile does not have any installation cost, while a Tesla roof tile has a $7,000 installation cost. And say over the span of 30 years, the average electricity bills of a household is about $72,000, while a household who is using Tesla solar roof will actually generate a profit of $12,000 throughout the 30 years, because the solar energy is able to power the house for free, and also any excess will be able to be sold back to the grid for a profit. So at the end of 30 years, a house with a normal roof tile will have lost at about $114,000, while a Tesla solar roof tile actually loses $44,800. So as you can see, Tesla solar roof tile is definitely a more cost-efficient solution for homeowners, even though the upfront cost is a lot higher than a normal roof. Thomas Alva Edison once said, "I put my money on the sun and solar energy. What a source of power, indeed." let us power Singapore day and night with Tesla. Going through this now, I realize it's super outdated and I don't know, like, I mean, I know much more about the company right now, and I can say that this did not age well, so it's okay. I still feel like, you know, like at least you can look at how Prezi is like, and you can see how seamless it is. I love Prezi. I love the way it transitions, and I'm just gonna put it out there in the universe. I really hope this video finds its way to Elon Musk, and can he please hire the class of 2020, because we did not want to graduate in a time like this, and it's very unfortunate, but I still have hope. I still have hope that one day I can work for this company eventually, I guess, but right now I don't see it.